India has successfully hoisted the G20 summit, and through its diplomacy, India has managed to get a consensus and pass the New Delhi Declaration. And with it, India has also managed to get a new member included in the G20, and that is the African Union. And that is all we will be discussing today. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video, we will be discussing about the G20 welcomes African Union. So the G20 has now got one more permanent member, and that permanent member is AU, that is the African Union. So first of all, about the timeline, first we'll be looking at the news, then what is African Union, what was the reason for its formation, what are its achievements, then shortcomings, then why was it included in the G20. In the end, prelims MCQ and a mains practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is international groupings. From exam perspective, knowing about the details of African Union becomes of utmost importance, because this is in news since a long period of time and now has already and has been included in the G20. And groupings, the questions from groupings are being asked, and especially in the prelims. So the news talks about African Union in G20, a look at G20's latest member. So knowing everything about the African Union. So let's begin. So the African Union has been admitted as the new member of the G20. So now there are 19 countries, plus there is European Union, and now plus there is African Union also in the G20. And this has taken place in the 18th G20 Heads of State and Government Summit in New Delhi, and with it the New Delhi Declaration has also been successfully passed. And India has floated the idea of including the African Union organization in the G20. So it was India who floated this idea forward that G20 can include African Union as its new permanent member, and this is the tweet which the African Union has done, and that is the African Union becomes a permanent member of the G20. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces in opening remarks. So it has become a permanent member. You need to remember, it is a permanent member, not an official member or invited guest. Now let's know about what is African Union. So African Union is an intergovernmental organization. Intergovernmental organization means that different states' governments are interconnected with each other, and in total it has 55 member states. It means all the countries of the African continent are members of the African Union, and it was launched on July 2002. And the organization which was before the African Union, which got reformed and formed the African Union, was that the successor of the Organization of African Unity. That is, earlier there was an organization called Organization of African Unity, which got reformed and turned out to be the African Union. So the Organization of African Unity was formed in the year 1963, and then it got reformed and it formed into the African Union in the year 2002. And the establishment of African Union took place through a declaration, and that is called the CERT Declaration. You need to remember this name. The name of the declaration is CERT Declaration. And the aim of the African Union is to build an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa driven by its own citizens. As the problem which the African countries faces is majorly of military coup. So and especially the North African countries, majority of the countries faces the problem of military coup. So maintenance of the peace, the peaceful country, maintenance of the peace in African continent is difficult, and that is what the African Union wants to do. That is, they want to build a integrated, so that everyone works together, prosperous, so that everyone grows into a egalitarian society, and a peaceful Africa where the civil wars, the military coup does not take place or violence does not happen. And the Secretariat of the African Union is present in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. And if we talk about the GDP of the African Union together, then that is around 3 trillion, while the number of people is around 1.4 billion. So this can be an important fact for you to write in your mains answer writing, because this gives an edge to you, and through this you can also start your answer regarding the African Union. Then the GDP is around 3 trillion and the number of people, that the population is around 1.4 billion. Now, why AU was formed? What was the reason behind the formation of the African Union? So the OAU, that is the predecessor of the African Union, that is the Organization of African Unity. So the Organization of African Unity was also an intergovernmental organization whose aim was to bring African nations together and resolve common issues through collaborative action. So, but what was happening was that the main aim of keeping the African continent peaceful was not taking place. So this was not happening, and the main focus was to help liberate the colonized countries on the continent, because in the starting the African continent or the countries in the African continent, they were colonized by some other countries. It can be UK, French, Spain, some other colony. So the main aim was to decolonize the countries of the African continent. And the reform of OAU during the mid-1990s led to the formation of the AU. And a reform was needed so that the maintenance of the peace plus decolonization of the colonies or the countries of the African Union should take place. And OAU was not that powerful a union which would do that. So a reform was felt and a reform was needed. And that is why through the Sirte Declaration, OAU turned out to be the African Union. Now, what are the achievements of the African Union? So, if we talk about the achievements of the African Union, then that can be in simple terms, if I talk about, then maintenance of peace. They tried to send the peacekeeping forces in the continent, and then they try to avoid the military coup, happening of the military coup in the continent, so that people can live with peace and harmony. So their major aim is about protection of the people and maintenance of the peace in the continent. So AU's peacekeeping missions, so they do peacekeeping missions wherever there is violence or there is military coup taking place, they try to suppress it. AU's peacekeeping missions has helped governments tackle terrorism across Africa, and it has also prevented violence in countries like Burundi, Central African Republic, Comoros, Darfur, Somalia, etc. So majority of the North African countries, they suffer from violence and instability. So African Union try to provide them stability and also try to provide them peace. And if we talk about last year, one of the achievements of the African Union was that it brokered a peace deal between the Ethiopian government and the Tigray People Liberation Front in South Africa. And these two places or these two entities were not at good terms with each other, but the African Union has managed to broke a peace deal between them. And if we talk about the establishment of the African Continental Free Trade Area, this is also one of the achievements of the African Union, that is the establishment of the AFCFTA in the year 2021. African Continental Free Trade Area. This was also established by the African Union in the year 2021, and it has 54 member countries as signatory, and it is considered to be the world's largest new free trade area, especially after the time the World Trade Organization has been set up. Since that time, AFCFTA has been considered to be the world's largest new free trade area. It has 54 member countries, and it seeks to increase intra-African trade, so that the trade among the African continent also gets increases, and between the countries of the African continent also increases, and all the countries should come together, integrate with each other, help each other and grow together. Through deeper levels of trade liberalization and enhanced regulatory harmonization and coordination. If we talk about AFCFTA, it will increase Africa's income by 450 billion by the year 2035. So this free trade agreement that has been signed between the 54 members of the African Union, this can bring economic prosperity for the African continent, and this can increase intra-African exports by more than 81%. So AFCFTA can be a economic boost and an economic blessing for the African continent. Now let's talk about what are the shortcomings of the African Union. Then that is its inability to thwart coups in Africa. So even after the presence of the African Union, military coup takes place in the North African countries, or you can say in the African continent, and the violence and the civil war still takes place. Since the 1960s, the continent has witnessed more than 200 military coups. Now this becomes a failure of the African Union, that even after their presence, the stoppage of the military coup is not taking place, and they are unable to get its member countries to pay their annual dues, and that is the reason the funds in the African Union are not there, and they are dependent on the external funds. So they are fund starved union because the member states are not paying the funds. So these are few of the shortcomings of the African Union. Now let's talk about African Union inclusion in G20. If they will be included in G20, what good can happen to them? Now this will be an opportunity for the African Union to use the G20 permanent seat, because G20 is a collaboration of countries which are economically doing very good, politically and economically doing very good. So African Union becoming a part of the G20 countries can do collaboration with the other G20 countries and can bring themselves economic prosperity and harmony. Then it can be a win-win pathway for the entire world, because Africa as a continent is full of resources. The other G20 countries can also contribute to Africa's growth. Then it can redesign the global trade, finance and investment architecture. And the group's inclusion will give African interest and perspective voice and visibility in the G20. So if a country is present in the G20, then the global visibility of that country or of that union increases, because G20 has few of the biggest economies. You can say the US, China, Russia, now India, which is coming up as the voice of the global south. So the global south countries, that is the third world countries or the developing or the least developed countries, they can also, their voices can also be heard through the inclusion of the African Union in the G20. Now in the end, the prelims MCQ, and people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. Consider the following statements regarding the African Union. First, third declaration deals with the establishment of the AU. Its secretariat is situated in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. AU's predecessor was the Organization of African Unity. So these are the three statements, and you have to talk about the correct statements. How many are correct statements? Only one statement, only two, all three, or none. We have discussed all the three statements in the video, so you should be able to answer this one. So try to solve this and give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.